Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving into a really unique way of looking at Jesus of Nazareth. We're going to explore his life and teachings through a very specific lens, the Spiritist tradition, specifically from Haroldo Dutra Dias' series, Jesus Modelo y Guía.
Right, model and guide.
Exactly. And our mission today, it isn't just, recounting history. It's more about pulling out these nuggets of insight on inner transformation, spiritual maturity.
Yeah, helping us understand what it actually means to embody that love and wisdom ourselves.
Oh, precisely.
And for anyone less familiar, maybe we should just quickly touch on Spiritism. It's a philosophy, really. It started back in the mid-19th century.
Okay.
It talks about things like the soul's immortality, reincarnation, communicating with spirits, all geared toward our evolution, morally and intellectually.
Got it.
So within that context, Haroldo's series presents Jesus not just as, a figure from the past,
Right.
but as this timeless model of moral perfection and spiritual maturity. It's like,
Right.
think of it as a spiritual map for our own growth.
A spiritual map. I like that. It offers practical wisdom then.
Very much so. For living a life with, real purpose.
Okay, so that brings us to a foundational idea Haroldo puts forward, one that kind of shifts your perspective. He says Jesus is the blueprint for our evolution. When you hear blueprint, it suggests a deep link between his path and, our own potential, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
The series calls him the divine archetype of love and action, the highest expression of what humanity can become. So what does this blueprint idea really imply for you, the listener?
Well, it's a powerful invitation, really. What's fascinating here is how Spiritism explains his connection with God. It wasn't some miraculous free pass.
Okay.
It was because he, through immense effort and countless experiences, achieved the full realization of his divine identity. He fully expressed that divine spark that's actually in all of us.
Ah, I see. So it's an exception, but an attainment.
Exactly. And the core insight for you listening is, the series affirms that we, too, are meant to evolve towards that same state of consciousness. It's not about literally becoming Jesus, but about activating our own innate divine potential. His life becomes a practical guide, showing what's possible for us.
That makes a lot of sense. If he's the blueprint, then his life isn't just something to, admire from afar.
Right.
It's something to learn from, maybe even emulate. Which leads us, I think, to a really core theme in Haroldo's work, Jesus living the law of love fully, unconditionally.
Yes, this comes up again and again.
And what strikes me is the breadth of it. It wasn't selective. It included everyone, sinners, the poor, the sick, even his enemies. And it emphasizes this love wasn't just sentimental feeling. It was active, a transformative force, one that faced suffering, injustice, with calmness and forgiveness.
That distinction between sentimental and active love is so important for us to grasp today.
How so? How does it apply to, say, our daily lives?
Well, following Jesus, in this view, isn't just about copying his actions on the outside.
Okay.
It's about cultivating an internal state, developing love, mercy, humility within yourself.
Right. An internal disposition.
Exactly. And in Spiritism, love isn't just an emotion. It's seen as the highest vibration of the soul.
Yeah.
The actual expression of divine intelligence.
The highest vibration.
Yeah. Haroldo puts it directly. To love as Jesus loved is to transcend the self.
Transcend the self. Meaning what, exactly?
Meaning consciously silencing pride, resentment, selfish desires. So our actions come from a place of service, genuinely, without expecting anything back. It circles back to that core ethic. Jesus did not come to be served, but to serve. It's a total reorientation, really, prioritizing the collective good.
Another thing from the series that, honestly, it surprised me a little was Haroldo talking about joy as an essential quality of Christ.
Ah, yes, that's often overlooked.
We tend to have this image, don't we? A man of gloom, maybe focused on austerity, given all the suffering.
The suffering is off of the focus.
But Haroldo highlights his radiance, his inner peace and joy, talks about his laughter, his warmth, his lighthearted interactions. It paints a picture of someone, whole, integrated.
And the significance of that for your own life is huge.
Yeah.
This joy he speaks of, it's not just a fleeting emotion, dependent on whether things are going your way.
Right, not circumstantial happiness.
No, it's the fruit of a soul aligned with divine purpose. It comes from within.
An internal wellspring.
Precisely. Which raises a key question for us, doesn't it? How do we cultivate that kind of joy?
Yeah.
The series teaches that we shouldn't seek it in circumstances or external success. That's fleeting.
So where do we find it?
In conscious connection with God and in the service to others. It emerges naturally when we manage to sort of overcome the ego and align with that divine will, just like Jesus showed.
It's a different kind of happiness then. Calm, abiding.
Exactly. It's what comes from living in harmony with those deeper universal laws.
That really reframes joy, doesn't it? Almost as a spiritual achievement. Speaking of deep spiritual states, Haroldo's take on the crucifixion is also quite striking.
Yes, it offers a very specific interpretation.
It's presented less as defeat and more as the ultimate victory of the spirit over matter. You see Jesus, even facing betrayal and death, maintaining this profound calmness, this forgiveness. It really highlights his inner strength, his composure.
Indeed. And we can unpack the symbolism there. The cross, in this view, isn't just about suffering. It becomes a symbol of inner freedom.
Inner freedom.
Yes.
Yeah.
The freedom to choose love and forgiveness, even when faced with, well, unimaginable suffering. It's about keeping your spiritual integrity regardless of what's happening outside.
Okay, I see. Maintaining that inner state.
Right. And then there's the resurrection.
Right.
For Spiritists, this isn't primarily understood as a physical event.
Oh, how so?
It's seen as a spiritual reality.
Yeah.
It represents the rebirth of the soul after every trial.
So like a continuous process.
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
It symbolizes the soul's immortality, the continuation of consciousness beyond the body, and ultimately the triumph of light over darkness. It shows that consciousness endures, it evolves.
So, okay, Jesus is the blueprint. His life shows this active love, this inner joy, this spiritual victory, even through hardship.
Mm-hmm.
What does this all mean for you listening right now in your daily life? Because discipleship in this framework isn't just claiming an identity, is it? It's described as an active transformation.
Active is the key word again.
It means trying to adopt his posture in every situation, being patient in suffering, offering kindness in conflict, speaking truth without aggression, putting others' needs first. How does Haroldo's work help us make that real concrete?
Well, this active transformation connects directly to a really profound idea. The Christ within.
The Christ within.
Yes. The series teaches that Jesus' role wasn't just to be admired, but to awaken the Christ within us. He's not asking for worship, Haroldo suggests, but for transformation.
So he's like a catalyst.
Exactly. The Spiritist view is that each soul carries the divine spark. Jesus' mission, then, is to help awaken that potential in us.
Yeah.
And the path involves things like study, prayer, charity, and self-knowledge.
It's an ongoing practice.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual evolution here isn't about escaping life's difficulties. It's actually a deeper engagement with it.
How does that work?
Every relationship, every challenge, every mundane task, it all becomes an opportunity. An opportunity to practice these divine principles: love, patience, service.
So following him means becoming like a source of light yourself.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Becoming a living light in the world, radiating that inner divine essence you've uncovered.
It really is a powerful call to action, isn't it? To actually move from theory to practice, as you said, from admiration to imitation. Jesus Modelo y Guia really does feel like a spiritual map for that specific journey. And it keeps emphasizing that Jesus came not to make us religious, he came to make us whole.
Integrated, complete, yes.
It's about the whole human experience.
And maybe a final thought on this Spiritist understanding.
Yeah.
Salvation isn't viewed as, a single moment or belief.
Right.
It's seen as a long journey of moral refinement and spiritual awakening, a process.
And Jesus' role in that.
He's not seen as a traditional savior who takes away sins, but more like our elder brother, the most spiritually advanced being to walk among us, showing us the path forward, our guide on this shared evolutionary journey.
Our elder brother, pointing the way. So maybe the place we find him isn't just in history books, in the silence of prayer, maybe, in the difficulty of forgiving someone,
Yes.
in the discipline it takes to act charitably, even in the simple joy of serving someone else.
Exactly. That's where we meet him. That's where we become more like him.
And maybe that's where we discovered the real temple isn't made of stone or found in texts.
But it's within.
Yeah, in the heart that genuinely loves, serves, and radiates peace. So maybe the question for you listening is, what does building that inner temple mean for your own journey starting right now?